In this video, we're going to be diving into the world of PHP arrays, focusing specifically on associative arrays. Associative arrays are a fundamental data structure in PHP, so understanding them is crucial for any PHP developer. Associative arrays are arrays that use named keys instead of numeric indexes. Instead of accessing elements by their position, you access them by a specific key that you assign to each value. Let's take a look at how we can declare associative arrays in PHP. There are a couple of ways to do this. The first method involves using the array function. We declare a variable, for example $student, and assign it an array using the array function. Inside the parentheses, we define key-value pairs. For instance, name is assigned the value John Doe, age is assigned the value 25, and grade is assigned the value A. An arrow symbol, which is a hyphen followed by a greater than sign, is used to associate the key with the value. Another way to create associative arrays is by using the short array syntax. We declare another variable, such as $product, and assign it an array using square brackets. Similar to the previous method, we define key-value pairs within the brackets. For example, name is assigned the value laptop and price is assigned the value 999. Now that we know how to declare associative arrays, let's see how we can add elements to them. We can initialize an empty array by assigning an empty set of square brackets to a variable, like $user. To add elements, we use square brackets with the key name inside to specify where to store the value. For example, $user with the key name is assigned the value Alice, $user with the key email is assigned the value alice@email.com, and $user with the key role is assigned the value admin. We can also add multiple elements at once by using the plus operator and combining the existing array with a new array containing the key value pairs to be added. For instance, $user is assigned the result of $user plus an array with the key status assigned the value active. Next, let's explore how to access elements within an associative array. We can access elements directly using their key. For example, if we have an array named $car with keys brand set to Toyota and model set to Camry, we can access the brand by using $car with the key brand in square brackets. This would output Toyota. It's also a good practice to safely access array elements by first checking if the key exists using the isSet function. If isSet $car with the key color, we can access $car with the key color. Additionally, we can use the null coalescing operator to provide a default value if the key doesn't exist. For instance, $car with the key color unknown will output the value associated with the key color if it exists, otherwise it will output the string unknown. Let's see how to update existing elements in an associative array. If we have an array named $book with keys title, author, and price, we can update the values associated with these keys. For example, to update the price, we can simply assign a new value to $book with the key price in square brackets. Similarly, we can update the author by assigning a new value to $book with the key author. We can also use the array merge function to perform bulk updates. For instance, we can merge the $book array with a new array containing the key pages assigned the value 200. This will update the $book array with the new key value pair. Now let's learn how to remove elements from an associative array. To remove a single element, we can use the unset function, passing in the array element we want to remove. For example, to remove the temporary data element from the $profile array, we use unset $profile with the key temp data in square brackets. We can also remove multiple elements by passing multiple array elements to the unset function. For instance, we can remove both the age and name elements from the $profile array by using unset $profile with the key age and $profile with the key name. Finally, to clear the entire array, we can simply assign an empty array to the $profile variable. PHP provides several built-in functions to work with arrays. Let's explore some commonly used functions. We will get started by creating a sample array called $data with the key name set to Tom and the key age set to 25. To retrieve all the keys from an associative array, we can use the ArrayKeys function passing in the $data array as an argument. This function returns an array containing all the keys from the original array. Similarly, to retrieve all the values from an associative array, we can use the arrayValues function, again passing in the $data array as an argument. This function returns an array containing all the values from the original array. To check if a specific key exists in an associative array, we can use the arrayKeyExists function, passing in the key we're looking for and the $data array as arguments. This function returns true if the key exists in the array, and false otherwise. Let's continue exploring some common array functions in PHP. Consider that we have two arrays. $array1 with the key is set to apple and $array2 with the key b set to banana. To merge these two arrays into a single array, we can use the arrayMerge function, passing in $array1 and $array2 as arguments. This function returns a new array containing all the elements from both arrays. To count the number of elements in an array, we can use the count function, passing in the array we want to count. This function returns the number of elements in the array. To check if an array is empty, we can use the empty function, passing in the array we want to check. This function returns true if the array is empty, and false otherwise. Looping through associative arrays is essential for accessing and processing each element within the array. Let's explore different ways to loop through associative arrays. Consider that we have an array named $colors with the key red set to hex code number FF0000 and the key blue set to hex code number 0000FF. We can use a for each loop to iterate over the array, accessing both the key and the value for each element. In this example, $name represents the key and $hex represents the value. We can also loop through the keys only by using the arrayKeys function to retrieve all the keys from the array, and then iterating over the resulting array using a for each loop. Multidimensional associative arrays are arrays that contain other associative arrays as elements, allowing for more complex data structures. Let's see how we can work with multidimensional arrays. Consider that we have an array named $users where the key user1 is set to array with the key name set to Alice and the key role set to admin, and the key user2 is set to array with key name set to Bob and the key role set to editor. To access nested values within the multidimensional array, we use a chain of square brackets to specify the keys at each level. For example, to access the name of user1, we can use $users with the key user1 and then with the key name. This will output Alice. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.